The fighting between Israel and Palestine is escalating in Gaza and Israel areas. Dozens of people have been killed, including an Indian home nurse who was hit by a Hamas rocket while she was working in Israel. Here's that full story. Israel's Iron Dome rocket defense system in action virtually through the day and night to neutralize a barrage of incoming rockets fired from Gaza in Palestine. Israel's retaliatory missile strikes have resulted in several multi-story buildings in the Gaza Strip suspected of either being launch sites of the rockets or locations of Hamas leadership, reduced to rubble. An Indian national, Soumya Santosh, a home nurse, was killed in the Hamas rocket attack in Israel. Israel's ambassador to India, Dr. Ron Malka, said he had spoken to the family. Israel says more than 850 rockets have been fired from Gaza, targeting Israeli civilians, resulting in fatalities and injuries. Several people, including children, have had to repeatedly rush into bomb shelters.
اللي صار الاحتلال قاعدين على باب البيت كالعاده بنستنى الافطار بننتظر الافطار. اطفال بعمر 8 شهور استشهدوا، احمد عريس عمره 24 سنه بعد العيد ب5 ايام عرسه. ايش ذنبهم الاطفال؟ بنات 7 سنين و8 سنين و9 سنين، بنات استشهدوا، ايش ذنبهن؟ قاعدين على باب البيت بنستنى لدين يأذن.
Israel claims in its counter-offensive more than 500 Hamas targets have been neutralized in the Gaza Strip as part of Operation Guardians of the Wall. The Israeli Defense Forces have directed all those living 4 kilometers from the Gaza Strip to stay inside bomb shelters.
צה"ל פועל ב-24 שעות האחרונות ביחד עם השב"כ לצידה של המשטרה ועושה זאת באופן עוצמתי ובמאות תקיפות. מפעלי ייצור, מנהרות, מגדלים שמשמשים את ראשי הארגונים מתפוררים ברחבי עזה וימשיכו להתפורר. יש המון מטרות בקנה, זו רק ההתחלה.
This is the heaviest fighting between Israel and the Palestinian territories since 2014. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has promised to expand the conflict and punish the perpetrators. 5 Israeli citizens, including 3 women and a child, were killed in the rocket attacks on Tuesday. So far, 35 Palestinians, including 10 children, have been killed. More than 300 have reportedly been wounded.
חמאס והג'יהאד האסלאמי שילמו, ואני אומר לכם כאן, ישלמו מחיר כבד מאוד על התוקפנות שלהם. אני אומר כאן הערב, דמם בראשם.
The confrontation escalated over the weekend at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem, considered the 3rd holiest site in Islam and the holiest for the Jewish community as well. With Israel calling out over 5,000 reservists, the tension is only set to escalate. Bureau Report, India Today. I want to go across to India Today's Gopi Krishnan Unithan live with me from Thiruvananthapuram. Gopi, we heard from the Israeli ambassador yesterday. The Minister of State for External Affairs Ministry has also spoken out expressing condolences. Have we heard from the Kerala government, and more importantly, how is the family doing amidst this tragedy?
Well, Shiv, it's indeed an unfortunate and a shocking incident, and such things usually happen. We have actually seen in the past of the conflict. We have heard of the past in the past about the conflict between the Israel and the Palestine, but it's very rarely that Indian nationals, or more specifically people from Kerala, get caught in between these deadly clashes. And it's indeed a very sorrow scene from the house of Soumya, because we have been trying to get in touch with them, but the family is yet to recover from the shock. Because if you just look back at the turn of events, this incident, this rocket strike happened while Soumya was speaking to her husband over a video call. So you can imagine the trauma of the family, of their loved one dying right in front of them. So we have been trying to speak to the family, and this is what we understand at the moment. While this video call was happening, while the conversation was happening over the video call, the people at this end in Kerala, her husband, all he could hear was a loud bang, and there was some flash like a lightning. And then there was nothing visible. The phone was still running. They were trying to contact her. They were trying to ask if she was okay. They knew something was wrong, and they immediately called out to the other Malayali organizations and concerned people in that locality, who in turn went out and found that Soumya had met with this tragedy. So indeed a very, very, very sorry state of affairs, and a very shocking incident, and extremely disappointing. We are yet to hear from the state government on what is their due course of action, how are they going to assist with the family. We have already heard from the Minister of External Affairs, Minister of State for External Affairs, V. Muralidharan, who has condemned this attack, who has expressed solidarity, and he has said he has also spoken to the family of Soumya.
Thank you very much, Gopi. We express our deepest condolences to the family of Soumya Santosh and her young son in this horrible, horrible tragedy. We will continue to track that story. We've got some breaking news coming in now.